So let me break down this whole situation with Undone by Kate as somebody who actually used to work in luxury bridal in New York City, because that's where this is all going down. Yes, I'm in handbags and luxury Italian handbags now in Italy. My whole career has been categorized by different facets of the luxury industry, but I used to work in luxury bridal and evening wear, but I digress. So the situation is this. The way that she built her business model is actually really smart in that she partners with different seamstresses, very highly skilled seamstresses, to execute the designs. Most designers do not sew everything themselves. I do not make every handbag myself. I worked with highly skilled artisans who do all of my weaving, and artisan factories who do the sewing, and even a pattern maker who makes me digital patterns. The same could be said for most designers, even of something like wedding gowns. Yes, there are designers out there who are sewing everything themselves, and there are a lot of them showing you exactly what they're doing on this app, but it is not a scalable business model at all. And it's very hard, especially at the bridal level, for you to take on more than one client at a time, which is just set aside like making good money, you're barely making enough money to like support yourself at that point. Bridal is just so time intensive. To get to the level of luxury bridal, you need seamstresses who have years, if not decades of experience. And there's no shortcut for this at all. The issue in New York is that there is a dearth of seamstresses with this amount of experience. And why do I know this? Because if you talk to anybody who works in luxury bridal in New York, they will tell you that trying to get skilled seamstresses to do the alterations is the hardest part. If you have an atelier located in New York City where you make everything in New York City, then you might be able to get around this. I worked for Dennis Basso. We had our atelier in Astoria. So in the store on Madison Avenue, when the brides came in, we would literally send a seamstress from the atelier to do all of the fittings, usually with one of the design, I don't want to say assistants, but like an associate designer. I was an associate designer at the time, sometimes the creative director, depending on how important the bride was. If you are a brand like Elie Saab or Monique Lullier, or a brand that's not based in New York, then your atelier is not in New York, and you need to rely on the seamstresses that are in New York that you have vetted and trust to do the alterations for you. And those seamstresses are not directly employed by one brand or one store because they are so high in demand. They actually rotate to all the stores at their own whim. So I also know this because my wedding dress was from Elie Saab, and I joked with the saleswoman because I was living in Italy at the time and we were trying to coordinate fittings. I'd bought it in New York, and there were very specific days where the seamstress was there because they were sharing the seamstress that they use at Elie Saab with 3 other stores on Madison Avenue who did bridal. Most of these women are like in their 70s, sometimes 80s. They have been doing this for decades, and very few young people want to do this kind of work. So it's kind of like these women are retiring, or frankly, they're passing away, and there is nobody passing the torch of this very, very highly skilled hand seamstress work, because hand beading gowns, hand altering, beaded, embroidered lace, it is the highest level of couture work in our industry. So probably what's happening with the dresses that are really well crafted from Undone by Kate, they're crafted by those seamstresses that have a lot of experience. And the ones that are not as well crafted are being crafted by seamstresses. This is all like me guessing, but they're being crafted by people with far less experience. And the only way to get experience is to kind of like muddle your way through. But I think that's probably what's going on, as somebody who has a little bit of insight into the back end of the bridal world. Anyway, do with that information what you will. I just wanted to provide some context. I think it's an interesting business model for sure, but obviously logistically there are some big challenges. And unless any of you guys want to start going into custom bridal, developing those skills as new seamstresses, I think this issue is only going to get worse. Anyway, ciao from Firenze.